Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, my M21 mother, 60, thinks I have the obligation of telling her everything about what our family does. Children at the movie theater. My sister, 13, scratches her ass crack or has blood from her period on her fingers and then touches food. My parents don't say anything and try to talk this normal. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My M21 mother, 60, thinks I have the obligation of telling her everything about what our family does. Ever since the divorce of my parents, about 1 year ago now, my mother has asked me now and again what my father was doing, where he was, if he had a new girlfriend. It got to the point where she asked me where did that new girlfriend lives. Mind you, I never answered any question and just kept on repeating, if you want to know something about my father, then ask him. Whenever I said to her that I wouldn't give to her that info because it wasn't my job to be the post office between her and my father, she claimed that I didn't care about her, that if I cared, I would be on her side. I didn't fall into that trap and established a clear boundaries about those questions. She felt attacked, but we carried on. Today, I told her I was going to a show with my father and brother. For a reason I don't know, my brother never answers any of my mother's texts or calls. She asked me if my brother was coming, and I told her that she could ask him directly. She started with the whole "you don't care about me" and stuff. She repeated that over and over, and I wanted to say that I did cared about her, but I said that I didn't. Mental slip. I realized my mistake and immediately told her that I misspoke and said sorry. She decided to fix on the fact that I said that I didn't care about her and left the room. I realized I did have some responsibilities because I misspoke. I went to her room and said sorry, that I did care about her and that she should ask my brother directly. She started yelling, saying that she has given me everything in life. I asked her if I had the obligation of telling her absolutely everything she wanted to know, and she said that if it was about our family, I should. I realized I wasn't gonna change her mind and left the room. Am I the asshole here? Is my mother manipulating me emotionally? TLDR, my mother asks me for information about my brother and father, and whenever I tell her to ask them directly, she blames me for not caring about her. Am I the asshole here? NTA. Your mother is trying to manipulate you. To be honest, she more than likely regrets the divorce and wants to get back with your father. Anytime she asks about information about him, just respond he is happy and moving on with his life without you. Yes on the manipulation, but it may not be regret, it could be envy if she feels that Opie's dad is doing better than she is, so her inquisition is to figure that out. It would be interesting to know their dynamic and the reason for the divorce, as this may help understand why she is trying to get Opie to give her all the details on her ex-husband. Ask her if it's okay for you to share all of her stuff with them too. Especially how she's always asking about them. NTA. The problem probably is that Mom doesn't have a life. Mom, I'm not your spy or your go-between. Please stop asking me questions that are not my place to answer. I said something like that directly to a boss once when he was asking me about a rumor about a coworker. You'll have to ask them. I hold any conversations I have in complete confidence. You want an answer to that, you've gotta ask them. Now you know why your brother doesn't answer any of her calls or texts. I was gonna say, it's not really a mystery why the brother doesn't. And that maybe OP should take a lesson from that. Yes, your mother is manipulating you, severely. She is completely wrong to ask you to report on anyone else's activities, or even to require you to report on your own activities when they don't concern her. No, you are not at fault. You are not your mother's spy or informant. Your brief slip, saying you didn't care about her, was understandable given that she kept telling you that you didn't, and you did your best to make it right. You could turn that around. In demanding that kind of information from you, she is showing that she doesn't care about you as her daughter, and I'm so sorry. She is trying to use her as your spy. Yes, continue to tell her that if she wants information about anyone, she should contact that person directly. That's the right thing to do. Perhaps being a little more direct might help. I'm not going to answer that question and then shut up. No explaining. Children at the movie theater. Went for a movie today after a long time. During the trailers, a kid is listening to Baby Shark on high volume. Okay, ignored since it's just the trailers. Once the movie starts, the Baby Shark stops. Well, 10 minutes in and cue the kid screaming. The mother pacifies him with the tablet again. So now, along with the movie, we all listen to Baby Shark on blast. Like the entitlement of these parents. Finally, the people around them scream to shut that shit down. 1 hour in and another kid starts jumping up and down. Clearly the kid is done with her attention span for the day. Her parents don't seem to care. People around them scream to get the kids seated. After probably half hour, they leave the movie. Is a movie so important to these parents that they can't leave once they see their kids revolting? I finally remembered why I stopped going to the movies. It's thanks to the people around who can't watch a movie in silence and not distracted by their phone. I'm never sure how to handle this other than asking the person to please take the child out for a bit or turn off their electronics. It's getting to the point where management needs to let patrons know how to easily contact them to kick out people who are making the movie a horrible experience. Just stand up in front of them. If you can't enjoy the movie, they shouldn't either. You should go speak to a staff member. Most theaters have rules on what behaviors are acceptable and what isn't, and is not adverse at all to throwing people who can't follow the rules out. Much easier and cheaper to toss out one rude patron than comp tickets for everyone whose experience was ruined. You don't have to go full Karen mode. Just simply ask a usher or other staff member to come check on the situation. Go get a manager to remove the people making noise. Yes. I was enjoying the mental image of a super soaker water gun aimed primarily at the parents, but your way would be better. I wish theaters would bring back cry rooms like they had back when my mother was little. My grandmother told me about them. It was literally a room at the back of the theater with a window and the audio piped in where parents with fussing/crying children could go and still see the movie without disturbing everybody else in the theater. Kids and people obsessed with their phones are the primary reason why I don't go to movies anymore either. It's too expensive to be so annoying. If you have an Alamo Drafthouse near you, I highly recommend going there. It's really the only place I can go watch a movie in the theater anymore. I used to work at a movie theater. Cell phones are supposed to be silenced or turned off while the movie is on, and, at least where I worked, tablets weren't allowed. If you ever run into this situation again, please speak to an usher. They'll alert management and have the situation taken care of. So sorry about your experience. My sister, 13, scratches her ass crack or has blood from her period on her fingers and then touches food. My parents don't say anything and try to talk this normal. And every time I say something to my parents, they act like I was talking about something really bad, and they try to distract from the fact that they are ignorant, and most of the time stupid. They act like it's normal to scratch your ass crack and then immediately touch food without washing your hands, but it's not normal, it's just disgusting. Edit, first of all, thanks for supporting me and not acting like this is normal. My whole family is like this except me and my older brother. Hope is lost. I ain't going to talk to them. I tried 100 of times and they are always like trying to change the subject and act like I never started a conversation. The happiest day of my life will be the day I can leave this madhouse. I have many more stupid but mostly disgusting stories. Maybe I will publish them one day. But read at your own risk. I am not going to pay for your psychiatrist. I think I need the money for my own. Well, the good news here is it sounds like you're the smart one in the family. So congratulations on that. Not sure what to tell you about your sister and parents though. It sounds like they are all nasty AF. Perhaps show them the diseases and consequences of parasites that you can ingest by doing this. That should scare em. And you too, probably. Definitely tell her it's disgusting and to wash her hands. Keep calling it out. I'd call my parents out for the bad hygiene as well, including mentioning the potential infections she could pass along, such as pink eye, etc. What a terrible day to be able to read. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.